Oh, hey there. My name's Steph, and I only got a haircut today for the first time in 6 months, but I'm here to show you how to curl your hair. Ha! Okay, just kidding. For context, I was a hairstylist for 12 years, so just because I didn't get a haircut for a long time, I still might know a thing or two about this. I just had somebody ask me, hey, I had a tutorial up a long time ago about how to do Beachy Waves, and it's gone now, and so I was wanting to curl my hair anyways, so I just thought, well, hey, I'll just come and hop on here live and do it. So I'll show you two different options, one using a curling iron and one using a flat iron, just because I know everybody has different tools. So a little tip that I'm gonna tell you first off of the bat is this is a really great mousse. It's like just a medium hold, and like don't be scared about mousse. I know it's like you think about mousse from the 80s and 90s or like what your mom used to use. This stuff is really nice and it's really, really nice and light. So this is actually a really good trick to get your curls to stay longer. Like I said, hairstylist for 12 years. If you run it through on dry hair, this is also really good if you're doing updos. Or if you're just like me and you want to curl your hair one time and then have it last for like 5 days, which I think is like all of us, because who wants to do their hair more than required? So if you just give that a little run through, that's a good place to start. Now, heat protection spray. Also, very important. This one is called Firewall by AG. This one is thebomb.com. It's also got argan oil in it, so it makes your hair really nice and gives a nice little shine. So we're gonna do that. Now, I'm gonna show you first with the flat iron, just because I know many of us, that's what we use. It is real dirty, don't judge. I don't know why AG made a white flat iron, but it's just real dirty and that's where we're at. So, I'm just deciding if I'm gonna clip my hair up or not. Yeah, fuck it, I'll clip up the bottom here. So, I'd also like you to know that I'm slowly burning my leg by the fact that I just sat this flat iron on my leg. That's okay, didn't burn myself. So, what you're gonna do is put it into, like, depending on how thick your hair is, I kind of have lots of hair, but you just take a diagonal section, okay, diagonal. By diagonal, I meant vertical. And this is the best way that I find to do it. Keep your flat iron totally up and down, give a little twist, but kind of like leave the end. Because then what you can do at the end is you can kind of go like that and give it a little straighty. And then later when you brush it out, it's gonna not have that like flippy loopy thing on the end. So then take the next one, and the front ones, I like to bring backwards away from my face, but then I like to alternate, like backwards, forwards, backward, forward. So now same thing, I'm gonna hold the flat iron up and down, I'm gonna give it a twist, and then I'm gonna kind of just leave that little tail out at the bottom and just give it a little straightening situation. And so I hope that you also appreciate my sound effects. And so when you get around the back of your head, it can prove to be a little bit challenging, but just do your best, okay? Do your best, forget the rest. I feel like that's something they tell kids like in preschool, so I'm gonna tell you that. Pretend that, because I'll show you how to use the curling iron on the other side of my head. So kind of same thing like I said. This is a vertical section, and again, I'm taking the flat iron straight up and down, giving it a twist, and kind of leaving that end piece, because I should be careful, I'm like not having perception, I'm gonna burn my face. Then afterwards, when everything cools off and you brush it through, then you don't have that like flippy loopy stuff on the end. So while you guys are watching, if you have any hair related questions, I would love to answer them for you, because like I said, I still might know a thing or two about it. And again, leave that little end out. And sometimes after you brush it out, like this one might end up looking really crazy, but then I'll just deal with it later and I'll tame it down. So don't Don't worry about being too perfect when you're first doing it, because afterwards, when everything cools off and you brush it out, then you're going to be able to know like what piece is crazy. Like that one will probably be crazy. And what piece is like looking okay. So that is the Beachy Waves situation with the flat iron. Hold it totally up and down. Leave that little end piece out so that you can kind of give it a little, it's pretty funny, give it a little pull. Give it a little pull at the end. And that is what that side looks like. Now, if you, obviously I'll go in and fix this later. Wait, straggler, straight guy, where did you come from? So, also, I hope you guys are enjoying my armpit in your face. Now, I'm going to show you with the curling iron a really simple way to do it if you're kind of feeling lazy, which is me often. Okay, guess we're not using that anymore because it fell on the floor. So, you can do this like the traditional way by like putting it in the thingy. This is, I think, maybe like a 1 1/4 inch, I would say. You can do it by like putting it in the thing and spinning it, but one thing that I really like to do, like I said, just because I'm kind of lazy, sometimes I burn my fingers when I do it, but that's okay, that's part of the fun, is I literally just wrap it around the barrel and kind of hold it and then release it, and then you kind of get that natural little flick on the end of it. So again, I like to do a backwards and then a forwards, and I'm really trying hard to not burn myself while I use my reflection to do this. So again, loop it around, hold it, let it go. And it gives like a really cute little situation here. And so, if you guys stay tuned for tonight/tomorrow, ooh, don't want to burn myself, I will also show you the technique that I use when I go to bed, so that like just the way that I twist my hair up into a bun, so that when you pull it out in the morning, all of your curls still look really awesome. So I will show you guys that as well. So depending on how thick your hair is, on this side of my hair, I usually do that into 2 sections, but on the thicker side of my hair, like, because my part's on this side, I'll sometimes do this one into like 3 sections, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I'll just kind of clip that back out of the way. And again, same as I said before, the ones right on my face, I like curling them backwards because that's just the way that I like it to be. I know, do you want to know why it's shiny? I'll show you. Well, I mean, I just had it cut today and I had it clarified and washed, but I'm using this spray called Firewall. It's a heat protection spray, but it's also, so it protects against the heat, but it's got argan oil in it, and you just go like this. And bonus points if you do spirit hands. And then you pick up the hair, again, vertical section, and then wrap it around. Try not to burn your fingers. If you're just tuning in now, I did the left side with the flat iron, and I'm showing this side with the curling iron just because I know everybody uses different things. So, again, vertical section, and then keeping the flat iron, or the curling iron up and down too, and then not worrying about that end piece because it helps give that nice little flicky beachy end. Oh, hey Shelby, I'm showing everybody how to curl my hair. So I'm gonna do, and then see, yeah, sometimes you'll look at it and you'll be like, oh, that one didn't end up looking as cute as I wanted it to. So then you'll kind of give it a little hold around. And then I'm going to do one last piece here, and then I'll show you guys just kind of the bang piece situation. So since this video seems to be working and the other one I took earlier today didn't seem to be working, I shared a little bit about a reading that I had today and some guidance that came through from my clients' spirit guides in the reading. And so what they were talking about was how sometimes when you're in the midst of, and again, same thing, vertical section, curling it away from the face at the front. When you're in the midst of like a situation that like doesn't feel good and it feels really challenging, that it's so easy to like get really caught up in it and forget that like whatever this hard, shitty, tough, challenging situation is, and I believe in my video I referred to it as a shit sandwich because it feels like that sometimes. Whatever that situation is, you are going to get down the road and you're going to be able to look back at it no matter how tough it was, no matter how challenging it was, and you're going to be able to look at it and go, okay, that was hard and that was challenging, but I made it through and this is what I learned. And what they told my client in her reading was that to think back on other times in your life where like shit was happening, things were going down, it was challenging, it was bad, and it was just like real not good, and to think back and say, okay, that was awful and that was challenging, but I'm still here, and what did I learn? What good came from that? What wouldn't have happened in my life if I hadn't have gone through all of that? And so it was just such a great reminder that no matter what we're going through and how shitty it seems and how bad it seems and how we're like, oh my God, how am I going to make it through this? There's always a bright side. There's always a rainbow on the other side of it. And I have legit been belting out at the top of my lungs like 600 times today. Casey Musgrave's song Rainbow. She's basically singing about this person who is so afraid of the rain and constantly, going outside with her umbrella, and she's holding on to it for dear life, that she hasn't even noticed that it stopped raining. She hasn't even noticed that the rain has stopped and the rainbow's out because she's so scared holding on to that umbrella. And I was like, oh my God, I've been that person. I've been that person, like living in fear, worrying about the next thing, the next trouble, the next whatever, that I'm like not even open and conscious to like the fucking amazing things that are happening in my life. And so, yeah, if you haven't listened to that song yet by Casey Musgraves, please go do it. It's amazing. Belt it out with me. So, okay, finished curling that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretend that I did the back of my hair, and I'll finish it once I get off of this call. Unless that's the thing you guys are like, how do I do the back of my hair? Maybe I could show you. But this side's still hot, so I'm going to leave it for a minute. But with this side, this is the side I did the curling or the flat iron with. Then you just run your fingers through it and you break it up and you see what it looks like. See how cute it is? See, look, you've got those little like, straight edges so that you're not having like little curly Sue. And like I said, I'll do this back stuff later, but sometimes you'll do it and you'll curl it and then you'll go, oh, you know what? This spot right here, like let's say, okay, this spot right here, it needs a little bit of a piece curling backwards. It looks like a weird spot. So then you take it and you do it there and you let it cool off, and then you can comb your fingers through it after. So same thing with this side. Give it a little comb out. And again, oh, hey, Ann, I'm taking the video for you. You'll have to go back and rewatch it. So, okay, this side I did flat iron. This side I did curling iron, just to kind of show the differences. I know not everybody has all of the tools, but you can see they kind of both give the same effect. Curly here, a little bit beachier here. If you ever find you're like, ooh, it's a little bit too curly, you can just kind of like run the flat iron over it a little bit and tame it down, but I don't recommend doing that because the bigger the better. Also, it is going to tame down. That's just kind of par for the course. So yeah, and then afterwards, once you have everything done, if you have like a firm hold hairspray, use that bad boy, lock everything in place, and then you're good to go. And so like I said, stay tuned tonight because I'm going to show you guys how I do just on my Instagram story. Actually, fuck it. I'm going to show you right now. This is what I do. Again, pretend the back is done. Take all of the hair and you pull it right up, very muchly on the top of your head, very muchly. And even if your hair is not quite long enough, it's okay. And then once it's up on the top, you can see all the curls. You take it and you give a twist and you loop it around like this and you put it in the bun. Like you put the elastic around it and secure it. And like all my mullets falling out, that's totally okay. And you might even wake up in the morning and have like a bunch of it falling down. That's totally okay. And this is what I do. When I wake up in the morning, I go to the bathroom, I go like to brush my teeth, and I pull it out. And often, I'll show you guys tomorrow morning, when I pull it out, it will look cray. But what happens when everything slowly settles, you're gonna like look in the mirror like 20 minutes later and you're gonna be like, what? I don't even have to do my hair today. There might be like a little piece here or a little piece there, but honestly, I'll show you guys, because tomorrow my hair will pretty much look exactly like this again. And it's a fucking miracle, if you ask me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it was helpful, let me know. If you know someone that is like struggling with this hair situation, send them this video, tag them in this, send them their way. If you guys like this, yeah, let me know, because I could probably do more of these. I could probably do more of these videos. I could definitely stand to do my hair a little bit more often than you, and it gives me a little bit more often than I do, and to show you guys how to do it gives me a pretty decent excuse to do it. So yay, I'm glad you guys like it, and Anne, I hope that helped, and big congratulations to Anne, who's graduating tomorrow from, was it early childhood teaching person thing? I can't quite remember, but anyways, really big deal. Anne's going to be shaping the minds of the young children existing on this planet. So, big job. Kudos to you. I couldn't do that. I'll just try to fix the minds of all the rest of us that got fucked up along the way and try to help us live better lives with cuter hair. Okay, yes, early childhood education. Okay, wonderful. Have a great night, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah.